Hey there everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now today, I'd like to talk about vehicles. Now, sometimes throughout the years, we've been seeing movies where certain vehicles are the star. For example, there are films like The Love Bug, the Fast and Furious franchise, Cars, Planes, as well as Top Gun, and let's not forget Thomas the Tank Engine, as well as a few others. But now, here's where we come to a vehicle where mostly every cool kid gets excited about. Monster trucks. Yes, these badass vehicles have appeared in a few films, but unfortunately, they were never the stars of the films. I don't think. But just recently, Paramount Pictures not only teamed up with Nickelodeon Studios, but also Disruption Entertainment to create a film where these vehicles are used in a way that no one would ever expect. Released on January 13th, 2017, the movie is Monster Trucks. So, let's get her started. Looking for any way to get away from the life in town he was born into, Tripp, a high school senior, builds a monster truck from bits and pieces of scrapped cars. After an accident at a nearby oil drilling site, which displaces a strange and subterranean creature with a taste and talent for speed, Tripp may have just found the key to getting out of town and a most unlikely friend. So, what are my thoughts? Well, I don't care what anyone says. This was a really hardcore movie. I love it that much. But in order to explain why I like this film, let's move on to Mustang notes. The film was directed by Chris Wedge, who directed 3 films for Blue Sky Studios: Robots, Epic, and Ice Age. On July 31st, 2013, Paramount Animation announced that they were developing a new live-action / animated franchise with its first film titled Monster Trucks, with Jonathan Abel and Glenn Berger set to direct the film. Production took place in Vancouver Film Studios in Vancouver. In December 2013, it was announced that the film's production was set to begin in early April 2014 in Vancouver, and it would wrap up filming in mid-July. The studio of Vancouver Film Studios was booked for the production. Principal photography began on April 4th, 2014 in Kamloops, British Columbia. Filming was spotted on May 13th, 2014 in downtown Chilliwack, Canada. Even though that kind of stuff sounds pretty interesting, to me, the driving scenes are the best thing in the entire film. They're really hardcore during the driving testing, the chase sequences, and of course the final climax. I especially love the part where the trucks go off-road, or when they jump, or even drive on the roofs. Also, the scenery looks very well done. The camera operators did a great job at capturing the wide open areas of North Dakota. Anyway, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's talk about the characters and their actors. Now, let's begin with Creech. At first, after seeing the trailers, I thought that he was from space, but it turns out that Creech is actually a subterranean creature, which makes sense due to the fact that he feeds off oil and gasoline. The reason why I love this creature is that he has a very friendly personality. Plus, he's really smart, too, when he's acting like a truck engine. Also, his mouth almost reminds me of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. And also he illuminates a blue glow when he's in the dark or in the water. Our main character, Trip Coley, is played by Lucas Till, whom some folks might know as Travis from the Hannah Montana movie. Trip is a high school senior who works in a junkyard. What I like about Trip is that he's a very skilled mechanic. Plus his own monster truck, despite not having an engine, looks cool too. Trip's tutor and love interest, Meredith, is played by Jane Levy, whom I remember as Mia from the 2013 Evil Dead remake. In my opinion, Meredith makes a great character too, helping Trip with his schoolwork while trying to help him with Creech. Plus, I like the scene where she lets them stay in her barn and when they hide by a lake. We also have Rick, the local sheriff, played by Barry Pepper. Rick tries to help Trip out with his life while trying to protect the town community. My favorite scene that Rick is involved with is when he helps Trip and the gang during the final chase. Next up is Trip's boss, Mr. Weathers, played by Danny Glover, who has been in films like The Prince of Egypt, Alpha and Omega, and 2012. Now, there's not much to say about him due to the fact that he's not in much of the movie, but I like the part where he helps Trip and his friends come up with a plan to rescue Creech and his family and get them back to their home. Reese Tennyson, the head of Terravix and the film's main antagonist, is played by Rob Lowe, whom you may know from the Austin Powers trilogy. After the accident at the oil drilling site, he is determined to hunt down Creech so the public doesn't find out, and also he plans to poison their nest in order to exterminate the rest of his kind. Another character I need to talk about is Dr. Jim Dowd. God, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, he's played by Thomas Lennon. Jim is a scientist who works for Terravix. Mostly throughout this film, he's studying, communicating, and feeding Creech's parents. However, after Trip and Meredith break into Terravix headquarters in an attempt to rescue Creech, Jim helps them succeed due to the fact that he's been doing bad things on Reese's orders and wants to do something good. The rest of the cast includes Holt McCallany, Tucker Alberzy, and Frank Whaley. And now it's time to move on to my final words. Overall, Monster Trucks is a really hardcore movie. The main characters like Trip and Meredith are memorable, and I think make a great couple. Creech is a fantastic creature as well. The story may be a tad cliched, and most of the jokes are funny, but the best parts are the monster truck driving sequences. So, I recommend you guys to see this movie, and be sure to bring your kids with you. I give this film a rating of 70% out of 100. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Be sure to join me again next time, because I think it's time to get another request done. Mustang Power!